it's Kristen with today's message. At one of our first funerals after we opened up, I came upstairs from the offices to help as a seating ambassador. It was my first time helping with seating and I was so nervous to do it. Once everyone was seated and the funeral started, I found myself here in the front narthex and I just didn't know what to do. I didn't know if I should walk through the church back to my office or open the doors and walk through the lawn back to my office. I didn't want to disturb anybody, so I kind of just stayed here in the front narthex, not knowing which way to go, kind of trying to hide and stay out of the way. As I was doing that, I started getting really sad just with all the changes. Then, for the first time, I noticed this window. I was feeling melancholy, but suddenly a sense of calmness came over me. The window reminded me about how many changes and yet how much beauty there is with our faith, God's love, these two churches, and all the people and clergy involved since the beginning of Holy Family in 1934. When our parish needed more space than we had on St. George Street, a wonderful dedicated group of volunteers worked with Monsignor Glenn to find a new home for our parish. Where Holy Family sits now was once the Herrick Garage. It was the Duxbury institution for over 70 years, being one of the first Ford dealerships. The family also ran the public school bus system, and if you grew up in Duxbury during the 50s, you most likely received a barley lollipop from Waldo Herrick. He was one of the first volunteer firemen and the first in Duxbury to plow snow by truck. When the Herrick family was approached with the idea of Holy Family buying the land, they said they had been waiting for Holy Family to ask. Our conference room is named after Thomas Waldo Herrick. The history of how we got his name is quite unique and full of so many changes. The first Herrick to arrive in Duxbury was Captain Thomas Herrick from Gloucester. In 1805, he married Sarah Windsor, the daughter of shipbuilder Nathaniel Windsor Sr. Just 10 years after their marriage, Thomas passed away, leaving Sarah a widow with no heir to carry on the Herrick name. She tapped her nephew, Thomas Waterman, to be her heir, and he legally changed his name to Thomas Waterman Herrick at the age of 18. A few years later, he married and had 3 children. 2 of the children passed away, and then Thomas passed away at age 47, leaving his wife Emily a widow with 1 son. And then sadly, their son Waldo passed away at the age of 15. Now childless, Emily Herrick, like her cousin Sarah a generation earlier, looked to her own nephew, Thomas Wadsworth, to be her heir. Thomas was born in his family's home on Washington Street, and at the age of 7, he legally changed his name to Thomas Wadsworth Herrick. He remained with his family in Duxbury, the lone Herrick, growing up in a sea of Wadsworth siblings. That must have been a little difficult. He married Lizzie Hall of the Hall's Corner Halls. Their son, Thomas Waldo Herrick, started Herrick's Garage in 1915. I'd like to think his spirit of community and giving continues on in the Herrick Room, where so many of our volunteers meet to help Holy Family. My husband told me a story of when his sister had come home to Duxbury after being out of state. This was in 1988. When they drove past our church, she exclaimed, "Holy cow!" And Bill said, "No, Holy Family!" So although these buildings have changed, and we have certainly had lots of changes, God's love for us wherever we are does not change, and our relationship with Him follows us wherever we are. God is outside of time and outside of change. And reflecting on the old Holy Family Church, now the Duxbury Art Association, which is still creating beauty and sharing it with others, the story of Waldo Herrick and his family who helped so many with their cars and acts of kindness in our town, the families and clergy that worked so hard with Monsignor Glenn to build our beautiful church we're in now, and our current volunteers, parishioners, clergy, and staff, I see a common thread: faith, community, and most importantly, the love of God, weaving amongst us all now and those of the past. This is a great book by the Duxbury Rural and Historical Society. It's really fun. It has in it, it's Duxbury Past and Present, and it has in it the Herrick Garage, our Holy Family Church, and it also has the original Holy Family on St. George Street. So I got all my information on the Herricks from Carolyn Ravenscroft from the Duxbury Rural and Historical Society. I'm happy to share. If you'd like any copies of it, just let me know and I'll email it to you or mail it to you, whatever's easy. So yesterday is gone. Tomorrow has not yet come. We have only today. Let us begin, said Mother Teresa. Thank you and God bless.